So here we go. We're getting down to the nitty gritty after today. There'll be 16 games left here in this, and we're going to stop with 10 to go. And the reason is because we'll have one a day when I get back. August 10th, start the playoffs, and they could go for 3 weeks. So that'll be good. And then, so that'll be what we do. They might go to September. Then we have our college football and regular football here. It'll be good at very good days. But right now, let's take a look. Right now, let's get 3 of these done. So here we go. They're going to finish today. This will be number 1. Your Cubs beat the Expos. The Pirates beat the Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks are sliding. The Nationals beat the Giants a 3-run ninth. That ought to hurt. The Braves win. That's really good. The Marlins beat the Astros. The Phillies beat the New York Mets. It's down to 5. Cincinnati gets one back. They win in 10. They really got to go on a winning streak. And St. Louis loses. They have been down. So the Red Sox lose. That's big. Baltimore wins. Chicago beats Seattle. Seattle fading. There was a little hope, but Chicago's only 2 back. They need a big winning streak. The Tigers get upset. The Twins win. They beat the Rangers, who lose Kansas City. They win to keep pace. Toronto, they win 12-3 over California. And Milwaukee loses to Oakland. That is huge. Milwaukee outplays Oakland. And now you take a look. I believe Detroit has 78. Milwaukee with 74 wins. That hurt. That really, really hurt Milwaukee's chances. All right. Let's go to the next day, and here it is. The Phillies are 2 up against the Giants, 2-1. The winner there. Looking around at all the other meaningful games, the Marlins get beat. The Cardinals beat the Pirates. The Reds lose, so they might be out of it. The Diamondbacks lose again. They got to get their head up. LA wins. And Houston beats Atlanta. In the American League, Toronto loses. The Yankees win. They're only a game behind Toronto. Oakland, a 6-1 win. Chicago White Sox trying to get to 500. The Rangers beat Detroit. Kansas City 5-4. Minnesota beats Milwaukee. Milwaukee, still 4 behind. Baltimore beats the Mariners. So going into the day of today with 17 left, and after 16 today, you're going to see a lot. New York with a 5-game lead. Minnesota with a 4-game lead. But you see at the very top, the winners for the first 2, they're getting a big spread. Detroit lost 2 straight. The Yankees are only 4 behind. Toronto is 3 behind. So Detroit looks like the linchpin right now. And everybody up top looks like Oakland is chasing to get a series at home. Now, it's not about the raucous crowds. It's about the last at-bat. You always want the last at-bat in a game, especially when it's tied. So, for the League Championship Series, the LCS, look at the National League, Philadelphia and the Giants. That's a huge game. If the Giants lose that one, they might be out of it. But St. Louis and Atlanta are tied for 5 and 6. And that is really, really big. The Dodgers are 4 back. Same with Cincinnati and Montreal. But you look at the New York Mets. Florida, Arizona has lost 3 straight. They want to be number 2. And the race for the actual number 1, well, the All-Star game decided who's going to host. And because you can't really compare leagues when there's no interleague games. So 80 and 65 for Oakland. You look at that, there is a little bit, but the Philadelphia Phillies, they know, I mean, if they lose today, San Francisco will be 1 behind. They might be tied, St. Louis and Atlanta. Take a look at the games today. There's your Giants at Philadelphia, which we're going to have there. Everybody else is a good versus a bad. Same with the American League, except Chicago and Boston can have the same record. Detroit and Texas, it's all up on them. So it's all up on Detroit, Texas. If Detroit loses, then we'll see that one. So San Francisco taking on Philadelphia. So Brenly, Morgan, Clark, Herndon, Evans, North, May, Soulars, and Stennett. And Ed Whitson, we saw him pitch before. He's 16 and 12. On the other side, Jerry Koosman is pitching 11 and 13. Remember Koosman of the old, I believe, the 69 Mets. Vaughn Hayes, Greg Gross, Sixto Lizcano, Schmidt, Aguayo, Samuel, Maddox, Diaz, and Garcia. And batting average is down. But we're about ready to go here from Philadelphia, and a big game. Philadelphia, they win. San Francisco will be in a deep hole. If San Francisco wins, will only be a game behind. So here we go to begin the game. Here's Koosman against Bob Brenly. Brenly will start out. We're going to be underway. That'll be on the ground and a base hit. So Bob Brenly will be able to go. Bob Brenly will get a single to begin the game. As you can see, everybody filling in every seat. Here's Joe Morgan. Morgan at 243. Oakland and Tampa Bay, a big one. New York, California. Colorado, Florida there. Cleveland leading Toronto. Chicago and Boston there. There it is. Detroit, Texas, a big one. Got to see Baltimore, Seattle, Minnesota, and Milwaukee. Milwaukee needs to win that game. So Joe Morgan. And they're going to throw to second, and they're going to get him out. 1 out. So that's going to be 1 out. And here we go. So we're going to try this. Uh-oh. That would be cool to see, but that's a strikeout. I can't even see it. Cam normal. There we go. It's going to be 2 outs. And Jack Clark. That'll be a base hit, and yes, it'll be fair. So Clark around first, and it goes all the way to the wall. Clark will go to second. Here we go, second base. go there. So here's Larry Herndon, left field, hitting .294. He's the closest of anybody to hitting .300. Trying to go for his 20th home run. That'll be high to left field. And caught. That's the end of the top of the first inning in a very big game. 0-0. Well, Philadelphia wins, then they are, if Philadelphia wins, they are really entrenched in the playoffs. They really are. They lead by 3 games. Here's Vaughn Hayes. If they lose, it's only 1 game. So Whitson to throw. Vaughn Hayes to right. And deep and caught. 1 out. So here in Veterans Stadium, it's Greg Gross. There we go. So here it is, Greg Gross. Let's go to Home Plate TV. Oakland a 5-4 lead. We're all watching that game. That's a big one. So Whitson to Greg Gross. They walk him. He'll go to first base, Greg Gross. He's almost hitting .300. 6 to Lescano, right field. That'll be a little looper and a base hit. It's going to be a single. Gross will go to second and stay there. 2 on, 1 out. Mike Schmidt. You got to be careful with him. He's having a down year, but you never know. Schmidt, and that's going to be a base hitter. They're going to score early. 1 run, they're going to throw home, and it is 1-0 Philadelphia. 1-0 Philadelphia. And here's Luis Aguayo, the shortstop. And Whitson not having a good time here. Struck him out, 2 outs. Bottom of the first, 2 outs. And 1 Samuel. Little looper and base hit. They're going to come around to score. And it's going to be throw home. It will be, what is it? It is out at home. But Philadelphia has a run. It's 1-0. So there we go. We're about ready to go. Sorry about that, the second inning. Evans, North, and May. Philadelphia up 1-0. It's bad news for the Giants. Here's Evans, line drive, 1 out. Aguayo gets it. It's going to be 1 out here in Veterans Stadium. It's Billy North, center field. North, that'll be on the ground. Short, the first, 2 outs. Milt May, the catcher, hitting .270. Trying to get on base, Jerry Koosman. That'll be to opposite field and a base hit. So the Giants get a single here with 2 outs. Top of the second, 1-0 Philadelphia. Guy Solars, the shortstop. High and to right. Be able to get it, they do. Bottom of the second inning, Philadelphia 1-0. Bottom of the second, Maddox, Diaz, and Garcia. And Whitson Gary Maddox. Struck him out, 1 out. So Ed Whitson for the San Francisco Giants. Here's Diaz now. Bo Diaz, the catcher. That'll be on the ground. Will they pick it up? They will. They throw it to first, 2 outs. You see some San Francisco Giants fans here. Oakland, Tampa Bay are tied in the 8th inning. Florida is down. As we're taking a look, here's Garcia. His 400th at-bat of the year. Garcia will be on the ground. Short to first. And that'll be it. We go to the 3rd inning, still 1-0. Pennant Race Baseball, Stennett, Brenly, and Morgan. There's Rennie Stennett. Rennie on the ground. Second to first, 1 out. They put a wall right in front of where the people watch. That's funny. Bob Brenly now, the DH. He's 1 for 1 on the day. Opened up everything with a base hit. High and deep. This one is back and it'll hit the wall. Bob Brenly will go to second and he's 2 for 2 on the day. The Giants desperately needing a win. If they get a win, they're only a game behind and they know it. So here's Joe Morgan. The first baseman 0 for 1. Guzman will be on the ground. Oh, it's an error. He booted it. And it'll be first and third. So Kiko Garcia with his 19th error. And Jack Clark, who doubled in the first inning. Here he is, 2 on, 1 out with Brenly in sacrifice position. High pop fly, won't be far enough. It'll just be in the infield. 2 outs. 2 outs and Herndon. So Larry Herndon. That's going to be a base hit. And it's going to be 1-1 now. They're going to throw to third. Will he get in? He'll be safe. And it'll be second and third with 2 outs. Larry Herndon. 12-game hitting streak, and it's 1-1. A huge, huge run. And Darrell Evans 0 for 1. Evans struck out in Philadelphia. We'll get back in. It's a 1-1 game. A very, very big game. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Hayes, Gross, and Lizcano. Here's Vaughn Hayes 0 for 1. Whitson. Vaughn Hayes, it'll be on the ground. Should be 4-3. It is 1 out. Taking a look at this, Greg Gross down. Greg Gross is nothing for nothing. I think he walked him last time up, hitting 291. High into right field. And caught, 2 outs. Here in Philadelphia's Veterans Stadium. Veterans Stadium, 6 to Lezcano, 1 for 1. Tampa Bay has taken a 7-6 lead. That'll be on the ground. Third to first, they get the out, now to end the inning. Well, we go to the 4th inning, we're tied at 1 in a huge, huge game. Oh, you have North, May, and Soulars. Billy North, the center fielder. And that'll be short to first, 1 out. And the top of the 4th inning. Milt May, the catcher, he's 1 for 1. Oakland Oakland has an 8-7 lead over Tampa Bay. We're watching that game. That'll be on the ground. Third to first, 2 outs. Bottom of the 9th inning there. And here's Guy Solars at shortstop. So Koosman to Solars. Little looper and caught. What a catch. Go to the bottom of the 4th inning, 1-1. So 2 outs, have a man on. If Oakland wins, they're going to start solidifying. Mike Schmidt is 1 for 1 with an RBI in the bottom of the 4th inning. Here's Ed Whitson. Little looper and a base hit, and it hits the AstroTurf, and it'll be a single from Mike Schmidt. And here's Luis Aguayo, the shortstop. High and deep to right center field. Luis Aguayo has just hit a 2-run home run. And the Philadelphia Phillies have a 3-1 lead. Now it's 3-1. Aguayo, his 15th home run, and Winston has given it up. Philadelphia 3-1 lead now. Juan Samuel, 1 for 1, and that is a huge shot by Aguayo as Samuel, and that'll be the first out of the inning. 1 out, bottom of the 4th. Here's Gary Maddox, 0 for 1. Whitson to Maddox, struck him out. That's 2 outs. You know, baseball's a game of moments, and a lot of times, though, people settle down. Here's Bo Diaz, the catcher. They walk him. So Ed Whitson, Kiko Garcia. They walk Kiko Garcia, so there's going to be 2 on. With 2 out, bottom of the 4th inning. And here's Vaughn Hayes, 227. Oh, and it gets by. They're going to go to second and third now. This is huge. If Philadelphia can get a base hit, not only is it good for the game, but good for the playoffs. Vaughn Hayes, Whitson against Hayes. The pitch. Struck him out. He ends up striking out the side, but he gives up a 2-run home run. And it's 3-1. We go to the 5th. And I'm going to break for a quick second, because when I break for a quick second, I am going to get a quick drink. So there we go. I'll be right back. All right, here we go. Jerry Kuzman to Rennie Stennett. Rennie to left field, high and deep. And underneath, caught one out. Veterans Stadium in Philadelphia, big game. Bob Brenly is already 2 for 2. Stennett, and that'll be to right field. And a base hit. Brenly's 3 for 3. He's getting on, and he's one of the reasons they're working him around. They need him to get in to cut this lead. Joe Morgan 0 for 2 on the day. Morgan to left field, and that's going to be another one. So 2 are on. Brenly will stay at second, 1 out. And now the leading run is Jack Clark at home. The tying run is Joe Morgan at first. This is absolutely huge. The pitch. They walk him, and now the bases are loaded with 1 out. Here in Philadelphia, this is huge. Here's Larry Herndon, left field. He's 1 for 2, and he has an RBI. Struck him out. There's going to be 2 outs. So 2 outs, and Darrell Evans 0 for 2. The pitch. High and deep to left field. This one is back. This one is a grand slam. It is a grand slam home run by Darrell Evans. Darrell Evans, unbelievable grand slam. And when you're looking at playoffs, it is just absolutely incredible. 5-3. Oh, unbelievable. Darrell Evans, take a look at this. Darrell Evans right near the Larry Boa sign. And Darrell Evans, 421 feet. It was a 79 mile an hour slider. Billy North 0 for 2 now. Struck him out, but Darrell Evans hit a grand slam, and San Francisco's up 5-3. You know, that one, kiss it goodbye, say whatever you want. It is gone. It is unbelievable. That is a huge, huge grand slam. And wow. Here's Greg Rose from Ed Whitson now. Be on the ground, short to first, 1 out. So Philadelphia, all that really started with Bob Brenly. And Joe Morgan got on, Clark walked, and then Herndon hit the home run. So here's Sixto Lizcano, 1 for 2. And they walk him. You never know in baseball. It's the biggest butterfly effect sport where you do this, do that, and it could start something huge. Colorado leading Florida. Florida has been sliding. Struck him out. Mike Schmidt goes down, and Ed Whitson has struck out 6 people. And here's Luis Aguayo. 1 for 2 with a 2-run home run. Aguayo, that'll be on the ground. They pick it up, they throw to first, they get him. Well, they don't get the same result. Now we go to the 6-5-3. Well, big game. Chicago leading Boston. Detroit leading Texas. That is a huge, huge game. Kansas City is down. Kansas City is second place. Atlanta's winning 3-0 there. St. Louis is down to Pittsburgh early. Second inning, Dodgers Stadium, the Mets 0-0. Seattle beating Baltimore 3-1. Milwaukee in the second inning leading Minnesota. That's a must-win for Milwaukee, or else they might be out. And Arizona and Montreal are there. So Montreal fighting for their lives now. Milt May, the catcher, he's 1 for 2. May and a base hit. So Milt May, as it goes all the way to the outfield here on the turf here in Philadelphia. There's Guy Soulars, 0 for 2. And Jerry Koosman. There's Soulars. It's going to be a bunt. They pick it up. They throw to first. They get the out. 1 out. Top of the 6th inning. Rennie Stennett is hitting .213. He's 0 for 2 in the day. That'll be on the ground. 4-3, 2 outs. 2 outs, top of the 6th inning. Bob Brenly hitting .247. Brenly is 3 for 3. Another base hit, and it'll be an RBI. Brenly, though, it'll hit the ground. This will be 4-3, and they'll get the out. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Giants 5, Philadelphia 3. Bottom of the 6th, Samuel Maddox and Diaz. Samuel, 1 for 2 on the day as we look at all the other games. That'll be on the ground. They pick it up. They're going to throw to first. 1 out. Milwaukee, they got to win today or else they're probably going to be done. You can't really split against the 2 when you're behind by that much. Gary Maddox 0 for 2. And Whitson struck him out, and that'll be 2 outs. So bottom of the 6th, 2 outs. Bo Diaz 0 for 1. Oh, he hung that one, but it'll be to left center. Underneath, they should get it, and they will. 3 outs. We go to the 7th, 5-3. 7th inning, Morgan, Clark, and Herndon. Here's Joe Morgan, 1 for 3. Larry Anderson is the new pitcher. He's 1-0 with a .213 ERA. And that's Larry Anderson. So Anderson coming in to try and hold the Giants. You got Morgan, Clark, and the home run hitter. So that's Joe Morgan, center field. And underneath, 1 out. So 1 out, top of the 7th inning. Jack Clark in right field. He's 1 for 2. So Jack Clark, high and deep to right. That'll be an out, 2 outs. 2 outs, top of the 7th inning, Larry Herndon, 1 for 3. Herndon and Anderson struck him out. Bottom of the 7th, enjoy the out-of-town scoreboard. Bottom of the 9th for Texas, Atlanta, 4-0 they lead. Those are the big ones right now. Chicago trying to get to 500. Fred Brenning, 5 and 4, 3.42 ERA. Struck out 36, walked 27. They given up 19 earned runs on 53 hits. Here's Kiko Garcia now. Garcia for Philadelphia trying to start at bottom of the 7th. That'll be on the ground. That'll be 4-3, 1 out. 6-3, sorry. So the score is 5-3 San Francisco. Vaughn Haynes, 0 for 3, the left fielder. On the ground and 2 outs. Greg Gross, 0 for 2. That'll be on the ground and a base hit. So they go to the wall, and Greg Gross will go to second. Greg Gross will throw it in, and he got a double, so that's big. Greg Gross with 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. And here's Sixto Lezcano. The Phillies want to get back 1 run to get it within an oops distance. Whitston, Lezcano, high pop fly. Should be able to get it. Shortstop, and that's going to be the catch. 5-3, we go to the 8th inning. Darrell Evans with the grand slam in the 5th. Unbelievable grand slam. That's the difference in this game. Anderson will face Darrell Evans. And they walk him smartly, maybe. Billy North, the center fielder, 0 for 3. North, that'll be a high pop fly, 1 out. Milt May, the catcher, 2 for 3 today. Struck him out, 2 outs. And Guy Soulard, 0 for 2. That'll be on the ground, third to second. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. San Francisco 5, Philadelphia 3. Bottom of the 8th inning, Schmidt, Aguayo, and Samuel. Mike Schmidt is 2 for 3 with an RBI. Mike Schmidt, and a base hit. It gets through everybody. Schmidt will go on. Now the tying run will be at home. Bottom of the 8th, 1 out, Aguayo. He has a home run earlier in the day. Oh, how big this is. The pitch on the ground. Here it is, 6, 4, 3, and they get them both. And in the bottom of the 8th inning, that's huge. Bringing to Samuel now, 2 outs. Struck him out, and that'll end the 8th inning. We go to the 9th, San Francisco 5, Philadelphia 3. Well, Larry Anderson, 21 pitches. They want to hold it. St. Louis is tied it at 2. You just got to get into the tournament. That's all they say. So here's Rennie Stennett, second base. They're trying to get on. Larry Anderson to Stennett. That'll be on the ground. They get it, 1 out. So 1 out, Bob Brenly now. The DH at 246. Trying to look for the Mets score. That'll be on the ground again. This should be 4-3. 2 outs, and Brenly goes down 2 in a row. That's start out 3 for 3, ends up 3 for 5. Well, the Dodgers up huge on the Mets. That'll crush things down a little bit more. Joe Morgan, 1 for 4. Morgan on the ground, 4-3. They get the out. Now here we go. It's the bottom of the 9th inning. I dare say these are the biggest 3 outs for San Francisco all year. Bottom of the 9th inning, Maddox, Diaz, Garcia, Al Holland. He's 5-10, 2.73 ERA, but he has 36 saves. And right now, this is the biggest one. A win here, and they're within a game. A loss here, and they're back 3. When you have 16 to go, within a game is very reachable. Al Holland. And here they go. That's going to be a looper and a base hit. So there we go. The first runner gets on for Gary Maddox. In the first ever league we had, he had a 22-game hitting streak. Bo Diaz, 0 for 2. Now Holland now. Trying to get it one on, nobody out to Bo Diaz. Diaz to left field. And underneath. Gonna make the catch, one out. So they go back to first. Now the double play clause on any pitch right now to Kiko Garcia. The game could end. So here we go. Garcia 0 for 2. Al Holland trying to get the save. Garcia, there it is. 6, 4, 3, and the game is over. And San Francisco's within one game. They're within one game. And San Francisco Giants come in and they will all shake hands. They could have been down 3, but a grand slam in the 5th. It's a 5-3 final, and they go back. They are celebrating, and the Phillies are upset because their life just got a lot harder. The player of the game is Darrell Evans, and Darrell Evans with a grand slam, 1 for 3 today. Bob Brenly was 3 for 5. The first 3 were hits. Milt May 2 for 4. Mike Schmidt 3 for 4. His average rose to 240. 23 home runs, 87 RBIs. So Hayes, Lescano left in scoring position. 2 outs, Brenly, Herndon, and Evans. So the double play to end the game. Sular, Stennett, Cabell. Pitching Whitson 17 and 12. Brannon gets the hold. Holland is 37th save. And Koosman goes to 11 and 14. Giving up 5 runs, but only 4 were earned runs. Striking out 4, walking 1 in 6 innings. It was 11 and 14. Larry Anderson didn't give up a hit in 3 innings. And that was it. So Veterans Stadium goes home very concerned. It's only a one game. There it is. They're all going to go to the, there we're going to hit save. And let's take a look at all of the games. The Rockies win, so the Marlins are on a slide. The Reds are pretty much out of it with that. San Francisco within a game. Atlanta 8-1 winners. The Pirates come back and beat St. Louis in 10. Problems there. Arizona wins. The Dodgers beat the Mets 7-3. We'll go to all of this. The Yankees win again. Oakland wins 8-7. Boston 5-3 winners. They come back in the bottom of the 8th. Basically, the White Sox are done. Toronto wins 7-3. Detroit 4 in the top of the 8th. Oh, that was huge. They beat Texas, and Texas is reeling now. Kansas City 8-7. Seattle 3-1, and the Twins 5-2 over Milwaukee. Milwaukee, we're going to have to see how that is. The standings. So for the league championship, Minnesota by 4 games over Kansas City, and New York by 5 games over Florida. Florida is starting to reel. Now Arizona, so for the National League, New York is 1, Florida is and Arizona are tied, but Florida gets 2. Arizona gets 3. Philadelphia is 4. Atlanta is 5, with St. Louis and San Francisco 6 and 7 behind them. So we have some things going on in a wild card final. You want the home field advantage, so Florida and Arizona will be fighting each other for that. Now the Dodgers are back by 4 games. And they're 8-2, so they were 64 and 72. Now they're there, but I'm not sure whether they have it. They're 4 back with 16 to go. and there's two ahead of them. So it's not like one team can go in a slump. One team goes in a slump. You have St. Louis, San Francisco waiting. So they're back. Remember, if they tied their tiebreaker games. The American League now. Minnesota 1, Kansas City 2, Baltimore 3. They're going for that coveted second spot as well. Oakland is 4, and Detroit is 5, but Detroit is down to 3 games with Toronto, 4 with New York, and 5 with Texas and Milwaukee and Boston. So you got Detroit, who's 3-7. I mean, it's starting to solidify, but the Blue Jays are playing well. Let's see. First of all, the home screen. Kansas City, the power meter is very good. Look at all those in the American League. But Rod Carew leading in batting, home runs, Horner. Runs batted in Howard, Wiggins is steal, War Carew. Earned run, John Denny. Wins Bill Hands. Strikeouts, Blyleven, still by a lot. Zamaya, then War, Blyleven. Offensively, the Rockies in runs, Pirates in batting average, Rockies in home runs, and Montreal in stolen, all non-playoff teams. But you look at defense, 3 of the 4 playoffs, as you have runs against Oakland, efficiency Oakland, starter ERA Philadelphia with Oakland second, and bullpen ERA with Tampa. I'm going to say so I am going to say that filter general messages. I don't know why people aren't fighting. So let's go to pennant race in the standings. As I take a look right now, the standings, very good here. Let me just take a quick look at this one right here. Taking a look at that, just another game. So taking a look at the standing, the Mets, there it is. But let's go to pennant chase. So remember, we go by 3, so it'll be 13 left when we go. Our next one Monday, then Tuesday, and that'll be it. Monday, then Thursday, I think. That's it. So, and then 10 games to go. We'll just hold till whenever. So, it'll be the Mets, Houston, Colorado, then Pittsburgh. So they got it. I mean, if they start losing, then, For Florida, they play the Expos. No big deal. They're playing a lot of teams losing. Arizona, a lot of losing teams. Philadelphia, they play the Nationals and the Reds, a lot of losing teams. Atlanta, a lot of losing teams. And St. Louis, again, a lot of teams not in it. San Francisco has to get rid of the Dodgers, who are surging. And then the Houston Astros, who have really tanked. So next time we play, a lot of teams just trying to hold their spot. On the other side, Minnesota, they're going to play Oakland, and Oakland's going to have 2 games against them. Kansas City will play Seattle. Taking a look at all the teams, Kansas City will play Seattle, and then Chicago, Baltimore. Well, they got the Boston Red Sox, and Boston maybe. Like Boston's going to have to sweep. Oakland will play the Minnesota Twins. And then they got that big one versus Detroit. Now Detroit, and this is big, has Milwaukee, Tampa, then Oakland. So Milwaukee has to beat Detroit. They have to. That's a big one. Then Toronto will play Milwaukee in really what is an elimination series. As Milwaukee, now the thing with Milwaukee is down by 5, They have to sweep Detroit. If they do, then they'll be in it because they'll be down by 3. They lost 3 straight. That hurts as they're down by 5 now. They're down by 3. Now, if they lose the first and split 5 with 14 to go, now you're looking at miracle territory. That's big because you also got a lot of teams above you like Texas. And Texas is chasing. Boston is also chasing. So you could do everybody a favor and knock down Detroit, but later on games, that's big, and that you see. So they're starting to thin each other out, especially in the American League. Toronto definitely, but the Yankees are hot. The 69 Yankees are very hot. They're 8-2. And the Senators have lost 7 in a row. They're 1-9. They're done. The longest in the National League, the Nationals, they won 4 in a row. The biggest losing streak, actually the Mets at 3 in a row. In the American League, the longest winning streak is Minnesota at 4 in a row. The longest losing streak, Washington at 7 in a row. All right, that's it for today. We'll see you later. 13 left to go after the next broadcast. And we should be seeing where everybody is. But National League heating up. The Dodgers, can they keep their hot streak going? And we have a lot of people fighting for playoffs. In the American League, it's all going to be on how Detroit does and how Oakland does. But Oakland is 9-1. They were 72-64. Now they're 81-65. Have a great day. We'll see you later.